there's so much to talk about tonight, and I mean, this is great. I just want to let everybody know this happened. It's great for them, excited for them. We have to move on though, because there's two big things I want to talk about tonight, and we're going into our first thing, which was originally going to be our featured story, but something bigger happened. But I saw this and I was like, I knew this was coming. Yeah, everybody, the Michael Jackson biopic is coming. Yeah. It's coming, Michael, So Michael Jackson biopic is coming. It's going to be starting shooting this year, like later this year. The director actually is finishing up a project. Then he's going to move on and start doing this. They're going to be casting Michael very soon. It's going to cover all aspects of his career. And this is kind of what they're saying. This is kind of a little bit of a breakdown about the whole process of the movie coming, named Michael.
Oh, great. Antoine Fuqua? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Anybody?
Yeah, that's right.
Anton Fuqua, thank you, is set to direct Michael, a Lionsgate drama telling the complex life story of the iconic singer Michael Jackson. A script is in by John Logan, and the film will be produced by Graham King, who turned the Freddie Mercury Queen story into the blockbuster Oscar Best Picture nominated Bohemian Rhapsody. GK Films will produce alongside the co-executors of Jackson's estate, John Branca and John Branca, excuse me. Production will begin later this year, and we've heard that Fuqua will draft his Emancipation and Equalizer 3 cinematography, Robert Richardson, to be by his side.
Shimon, it's coming. So yeah.
Shimon. Shalinge is really what you need to say right now. Shalinge.
So it sounds like the best equation for this. You have the team that made Bohemian Rhapsody, right? You've got the director to Emancipation, which has been getting nominated, and everyone's talking about saying it's like a really great movie. And then you have Michael Jackson. But the question really I have to ask both of you is, and I think you're both probably thinking this too, who plays Michael Jackson? Like, who can embody Michael Jackson? Like, really, when I think about people that maybe can sing like Michael Jackson, I think of The Weeknd. Like, he kind of sounds like MJ, but can The Weeknd act? Does he look like Michael Jackson? No. I mean,
The Weeknd would have to go on a serious master cleanse and lose like 35 pounds if he wanted to play Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and they're saying they're going to cover everything from his career. There's no holding back here. So I'm guessing you're going to have when he first started and how he transitioned to the King of Pop and all the different, things that happened to his body and how he changed physically. That's a lot. And then the voice and the attitude and the energy to embody Michael Jackson is pretty freaking hard. I think Austin Butler did a great job as Elvis, but Elvis is not Michael Jackson. Not at all. Like, I don't even know. That's my biggest fear about this. How do you cast Michael Jackson? Lynn, you hear about this. Can you even fathom casting Michael Jackson? Is there anybody on the top of your head you think that could play Michael Jackson?
No, that's a really hard question. What I think is challenging about it is okay, first of all, being able to, they're going to find someone who's going to be able to pull this off, right? Without it coming across as mocking, but being able to do Michael voice without sounding like you're like
me,
doing it, right? So it's not going to be you. So I think that's definitely going to be challenging. And I feel like it would be so intimidating. Like you said, compared to Elvis, Elvis is, I wasn't probably alive during, what's his name? Did you say Austin? I forget what his name is.
Yeah, Austin Butler. Yeah.
Austin Butler. Okay, Austin Butler. During his lifetime, whereas you've got a lot of people now, who, have grown up with Michael Jackson. They watched him go through those, like you said, the physical changes, the mental changes. I can't even, maybe, what's his face from, oh my God, what is that show? Mr. Robot? Oh no, he did Freddie Mercury, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Freddie Mercury, yeah, Rami Malek, yeah. I don't know if he can play both, but he's good and he's very different and he's very unique in his acting style. So when he played Freddie Mercury, he killed it. But I just don't know, to sing like Michael. I mean, then there's also the idea of actually just doing a backup track and having him lip sing all the Michael stuff. Maybe they'll do something like that. But also it's just so much better when the person actually sings it. It just is like the emotions and the energy and the feeling and the soul. Like there's a lot more that goes into it than just lip singing, I just don't know. Sabrina, do you know anybody off the top of your head you think that could play Michael Jackson? And are you excited about this?
No,
Long
I definitely
pause.
don't
Not
know
sure.
anyone off the top of my head. Like it's extremely difficult because you have to have his characteristics, his voice. You have to be able to dance. There's no way he's not going to ever be on stage. Like you have to know how to moonwalk and do all of his crotch grabbing and he's and who's and ha's. You know what I mean? Like you can't track that. You know what I mean? So like that person would have to at least do that part if they weren't going to sing. And I believe the Whitney, I Want to Dance with Somebody, they used Whitney Houston's voice. And right here, I hope it's not as bad as the Whitney biopic.
I know.
Now,
people hated it. I never saw it.
Right.
Like, I just feel like, like you said, it's much better if the person is actually performing. But, also as Lynn said, like you have to, if you're going to cover him, like, first of all, he looks like a completely different person when he was a young man than to when he passed away. Like Michelle Yeoh could play him in the later years, but like in the younger years,
I believe in her.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
or Meryl Streep, get her in there.
Right, Meryl Streep,
to be able to. I mean, it's a lot. I'm just saying, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And he's just. It's going to be really difficult. But that being said, like, watching Val Kilmer play Jim Morrison, like I would never have been like, oh, Val Kilmer is the one to play Jim Morrison, and he did a spectacular job. Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury, never in a million years. If someone told me that Rami Malek was going to play Freddie Mercury, iRobot, I'd be like, yeah, that's going to suck. It was amazing. So like that's what they do. Hopefully they'll find, the right person. Like honestly,
that's
it's
the job of an
really,
actor.
Really hard, but exactly. I have faith that there is someone out there that can do it.
And like Ty said in the comments, maybe there's an impersonator, and maybe they just need to go with someone, just like we're saying, an unknown, do an open casting, like actually reach out to some new talent and give them an opportunity to shine. That's almost the best way, because you put a face on a lot of these actors, like you see them and you see them for who they are. We talked about that yesterday about Leonardo DiCaprio. Like you see Leo in something and you see Leo a lot of times, it's like, that's why people don't want to cast some big names. So that's what I'm saying. So I do like DiCaprio, but it's true. But it's Leo, it's Leo. So it's hard to put him into a spot, an iconic role like Michael Jackson. So I just don't know like who they'd find in the Hollywood kind of circle besides just casting someone new. Looks change with all the plastic surgery, and that's true, GR. Like everything he went through, like physically, it's a lot. And so they'll probably use a lot of prosthetics. They'll probably do a lot of stuff like that. I just don't know. It's going to be interesting. Crotch grabbing. There's a lot of crotch grabbing in it. It'll be a lot. And then to see Neverland Ranch. Hopefully they go and shoot at Neverland Ranch. That'd be great, because that place needs a little bit of gentrification. It's kind of gone downhill, and it's falling apart, and that's very unfortunate. So hopefully they're able to find somebody to embody him. Hopefully it's good. They got the right people behind it. It sounds like they got everything lined up. I'm guessing there's going to be a big cattle call for it. They have to have.
Wait, I'm sorry. Terrence Howard played. Terrence Howard played who?
Jackie Jackson. Yeah.
I can't see Terrence Howard playing Freddie Jackson. I don't even know.
Terrence Howard's a piece of work. That's all I can say.
Yeah, well,
piece of work. Hence why I got fired by Marvel. Goodbye.
Yeah. I used to like him. It's a shame.
I used to too. But whatever. Personal stuff aside.
Chris Brown dances like MJ, and Weeknd sounds like him. So maybe we can somehow use them as.
Can they just have a child? How about they just have a child? We wait a few years, or we put them in a lab, genetically modify them, and then make them into something, and then bam, we have Michael Jackson. Test tube baby.
There's only one Michael Jackson, y'all. You're never gonna get another Michael Jackson.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see what happens with it. It's fascinating. I knew this was coming eventually. I just saw that it didn't happen for a long time because this is the biggest issue. Who plays MJ? So we'll see. Hopefully they find somebody good, and hopefully I think they should give a young person a chance to actually shine and make their own MJ and not be a name that we know and love, because it'll just be easier, I think, for people to put aside that whole thing, that whole idea of like who can play Michael Jackson. You have somebody you don't know, you've never seen before. Okay, they're Michael Jackson. Austin Butler was kind of like that too, because he did some Nickelodeon stuff back in the day. No, not Nick getting robbed, but he did a lot of that back in the day. And then but I mean, what's that? You know, it was not everybody saw that, and he did a great job being Elvis. So we'll see.